name of the ship was a Billy of Tea. The winds blew up her bow, dipped down below, my Billy boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She had not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum.
Bancroft, what's going on? I could just cut it early. I've had enough. Had enough Wellerman.
Like so many others.
So many others. How are you, dude?
I feel like we just hung out with each other for about 3 hours, suffering.
Oh, you weren't talking much. Is everything okay? Do we need to have an intervention or something?
I was concentrating on
it's not like you
winning while Camel was essentially cheating.
All right, who we got here? Mel B. Good to see you. It's nice that Mel always comes here, Bancroft.
This is her favorite show.
It's good. I'm glad it's one person's. Maybe
she likes it better. She likes it more than my shows.
Well, I mean, me too, to be fair. D-Wag's in the house. Lord Ravener, how's your father? Mel, please don't let Bancroft get fat. D-Wag says, Rob, don't let Camel or Bancroft know I said this, but I bet if you had a Turtle Beach headset and a bag of Doritos, you could outgame him or Mike. It's not hard. It's not hard, D-Wag. American Comics Co.'s here. Mo Biggs, good to see you, dude. Scrolling down. Noran Rad, good to see you, mate. 80s Made, good to see you as well. That's it. That's it. There's another popular stream happening right now.
Oh, funny you should mention that.
Why? Why is that funny?
I don't know. You just very ambiguous title.
We'll get into that a little bit. I wanted to run through the questions quickly with you that I asked Camel today, and get your thoughts on them. Since we'll do a little bit of that here.
I think I answered some of them.
You did, but you can answer them again for chat so they can hear you.
I don't remember what I said originally.
Yeah, I know. What is your, and you guys in chat can answer this too. What is your favorite Comicsgate show on YouTube and why? Mike, what's your favorite?
Camel Knights.
Yeah. It's long though. It's long, isn't it? It's like 3 hours.
It's long, but it's jam-packed. And it's got a structure. It's just fun. I enjoy all the segments. It ends on a high note with Dramatize Me. There's segments where we just laugh at random TikTok nonsense. We get to talk proper news subjects and stuff, opine. It's a good mix of opinions, and the chat's great, and there's some good memes. It's a great show. I think out of all the shows too, like I could easily have 4,000 people watching, and it would be the same show. Like you wouldn't need to change anything. So the only thing that it lacks is this big audience, but hard to get.
Well, it's getting there though. Like you guys are making good progress.
Yeah. No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's like I would love it. If it did kind of blow up, because it's one of the only shows that gets put on that is actually someone trying to make an entertainment show that stands on its own 2 legs, like actual talk show style content. Most shows, like I'll do shows it's much more niche. We're trying to promote, and we're talking about indie comic topics. It's and you
have like one topic usually. You have like one topic.
Yeah. And then one creator.
Yeah.
So it's a niche thing, but I get pretty decent crowd depending on who I'm streaming against.
You get a great crowd.
But yeah, with Camel, like I said, it's just a good show that anyone can enjoy. If we one day were doing it in front of 20,000 people, I wouldn't be surprised. Like it would work.
He must put a lot of effort into that show, like to make it work. Getting all the
He
clips,
likes to say he does.
setting it all up. I
No,
don't
he
know.
does actually, because he. This is the thing. Even other shows where they do show stuff, it's just sort of like, oh, here's this, here's that. Have you seen this? Whereas Camel is actually, he structures like topics and then they segue. So he knows us by now. He knows the sorts of things you might say, and he'll even ask you. He'll say, like, Mike, what do you think of this? Because I think he knows sort of what my opinion might be on it. I'll say something, and he'll say, well, it's funny you should say that. And then he'll go into the next. So it really does work, even though none of that is planned out on our end. That's just him kind of figuring that out.
I don't know if there's another show that has as much effort put into it as that show. I don't know. I mean, there could be, and I just don't know what it is. But yeah, I think that's a fair call. H for Heretics said The Professionals. Richard said any show with Cecil, John, and Ethan. Hardline. That's cool. Like there's some different answers, which is good. Global Frequency. Aaron and Shelley the Presti, Comics Mate. I mean, it's cool. You got Dirk Clay's channel there.
Eric Weathers had a great comment.
This one.
He said, Rob and Mike, that answers both questions. Because the question was, which show is your favorite and why? Eric Weathers is witty. That was smart.
Corey's in the house. Good to see you, dude. He's only here because I put his thumbnail up because his art is fantastic. All right, so that was the first one. What do you guys say in chat? And there's not a lot of people saying their shows here. I want to know what Mo Biggs' favorite shows. Crackhead said Camel Knights. And everyone else hasn't made a choice. What's going on? What's your favorite CG show? Should be pretty easy. What are they doing, Bancroft? What's going on?
Stop making demands of people.
Why
Maybe
is
they
it
just came here to chill out?
Yeah, maybe. That's fair enough. You say this is Mel's favorite show. That's nice.
Who did that with the hand?
Did what with the hand?
I saw you scrolled. Someone had the take my strong hand thing.
Oh, yeah, it was someone. I can't remember. I said, you have some really successful shows on YouTube, yet only stream a couple of times a week. Is there something other creators are missing? So obviously I'm asking Camel, so maybe you can give your input as to why you think it's working for him. And we kind of just covered it, I think. But
yeah, I think we answered that question.
Yeah. Okay.
And his answer was like, yeah, he doesn't want to I guess like oversaturate and water down what he's doing. Camel, I'm more about quantity. Like, I want to upload every day because I know YouTube.
You say that, but your show's good too, though. Like it has a purpose. It has.
I do try and make quality, but I don't spend anywhere near as much time on my shows as Camel does on his. Not even close. I'll think of, what am I going to talk to my guest tonight about? At some point during the day, whereas Camel's spending all Friday collecting things to play.
Yeah. Jim Cox gifted 5 memberships. You're a legend, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really do. And they got picked up by Ted Bullpit. Don't know if I've seen Ted before. Dim-Witted Chicken, Michael Dietche, Lethal Diva, and Joe Rogue. Awesome stuff.
How did you turn Michael's German name into the Italian word for 10?
Dietche?
Dietche. Michael Dietche. It's a good Italiano.
All right. What do we got? Lord Ravener says, why is nobody saying Kings? LOL. Oh, geez. Shots fired, Lord Ravener. I don't want to pick favorites. That's the whole point of the show, Sam. We
because when you pick a favorite,
everyone else sucks.
Rob is just going to say, oh, so you hate this. You hate
Are you
that,
saying
you
are you
know?
saying there's no winning with me, Mike? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Question 3: should other creators put more emphasis on entertainment or entertaining their viewers? What do you think about that, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, good answer. Yep. Do you want to
No, it's
elaborate? Or
like
we want to move
no.
on?
Well, my draw stream is a perfect example of that. And I'm not saying I'm super entertaining, but I'm saying I interact with the chat. Like I hang out with the chat. And so you might ask, why on earth would 50 people hang around in the wee hours of the morning watching a guy struggle to draw a window for 2 hours? Well, it's not because they're there to watch a guy draw a window for 2 hours. They're there to hang out with their friends in the chat, and there's a little bit of interaction. We can have some laughs, have some jokes. It's fun. So yes, bit more fun all across the board would not go astray.
This is one that I don't think many creators do at all. And it's how important is making the campaign period fun. And this is like a legit question for you guys in the chat, because like you guys back books. So are you more likely to back someone who has a fun campaign that does fun stretch goals and has silly streams when they do stuff? I'm thinking mainly like probably the prime example of someone who does this well is Shane Davis. What do you think,
He
Mike?
makes an event about it, and
Makes an
the whole
event.
sumo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he really lets loose too. I guess it's more noticeable with Shane because when Shane is completely sober and focused on, say, for instance, drawing, he is probably the driest guy you're ever gonna come across. But get a few wines into him and tell him it's party time, and he's one of the craziest. He goes from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's probably the gold standard when it comes to doing crazy fun things for to get people to see what he's doing.
But it does kind of feel like the majority of creators like they campaign, and it's like, launch and promotion and launch and promotion, that kind of stuff. And this is a goal we're trying to hit. But not a lot of them are actually trying to make the whole experience super fun. I think you're looking at trying to do that when you launch the Lucent. I mean, have you thought of what you're doing or any ideas, or can you give us some sort of insight?
Yeah, I'm going to stealing all your ideas.
Right.
Gonna have a wheel.
I've got
giveaways.
That,
You've got it. Can we see it?
My father-in-law's made it. I need to paint it, but I can go get it.
Yes,
I can
do.
You want me to
Do
go
get
get
it? I'll keep the chat warm
All
while
right,
you
all
go
right.
get this thing. I need to see it. We're talking about Rob had a good idea. It happens once or twice a year. Like a broken clock, Rob is going to be right. He had a good idea. He sent us a DM and he said, "These giveaways are fun, but they're a little bit weird. What if we had a wheel, and you put prizes on the wheel, and so you just get the winner, and then okay, you won, but what do you win? Now let's spin and see what you've won." And I thought, yeah, that's a great idea. You could have really good things, a couple of really big major prizes that everyone wants, and you can have smaller ones. You could even throw in a few dummies. And I thought that's great. Yeah, there's probably apps for that. You can do all this stuff. And it's like, apps? What? No, I want to make it for real, which is just, I mean, it's so impractical because if you've got, say, I don't know, 30 prizes and you give one away, what do you do now? You move everything on the board? How does it work?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I mean,
let's have a look. Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
the thing, you don't know.
Sometimes you just
Go
have
full
to try
screen.
things, Mike.
Go full screen.
Okay. Well, okay. So let me just say it's not painted and it doesn't have all the the separators on it. It is the bare bones right now. All right.
and spin it. How is
Can I show
how
you?
is
Can I
this
show
gonna
you
work?
Can I show you the awesome thing, Mike? You
Yeah.
ready?
Oh wow, that's really clever.
How cool
The
is
fan
that?
wheel. That's really clever.
My wife has made me promise not to put it on, like turn the fan on. I so want to do it.
You have to do that. You have to. So no, but for real, Rob, how are you gonna make it work with the things on it, and you've got different prizes every day or whatever?
I think you just do like however many spins you're giving away a day, right? So you do like 5 spins, you spin it, someone wins something that goes away, you spin again. If it happens to land on the same spot, the person just misses out.
Oh, that's brutal. That's freaking brutal. So if you're just unlucky enough to be the fifth guy, you've got that much less of a chance of winning anything. That's savage.
It's like Wheel of Fortune, man, when you have the bankrupt space. I mean, it happens. What do you guys think?
That's like when you go to Macca's and they have the the prizes and stuff, and you peel it off, and it's one of those chance things, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta log in, and yeah.
I mean,
that is
I'm open
rough.
to better ideas. I really am. I'm open to better ideas.
Mo says, Bancroft, you realize these giveaways are always a train wreck. This way is just more fun. I am happy to admit when I see it, if it's great, I'll be happy to admit that I'm wrong.
But I mean, imagine, Mike, if I get that hooked up to the power and I press the button.
Let's turn it on full ball.
It's just banging around.
Flies off.
And I can have the person who says, like, who wins, they can type stop in the chat. I'll stop the button when they say.
Oh my god.
This thing could get some
a occupational health and safety violation waiting to happen.
This is DWAG says, even if you come up with some fun, some fresh and unique ideas that are fun for the campaign, stretch goals, etc., those things are only as fun as the amount of participation you have. Yeah, that's true.
That's a good point.
Very true. Awesome. Yeah, you guys like it. Mo says, this pains me to say, but Rob is right this time.
I
mean, dude, you could just respin it if they get nothing. If you're so concerned, it just gets like there's only like 2
but
prizes.
Are you gonna just say you start off with 30 prizes?
Yeah.
And now you're getting down to 2.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do then?
I don't know. I guess you just split the board somehow.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, do you guys in chat, do you want to see a digital version on the screen, or do you want to see what this thing can do? I mean, if you guys say you want a digital version, I'll throw that in the bin. I mean, I won't really, but I won't.
No, don't throw it in the bin. I want to see this thing working, and I want to see you turn it on. That could be a stretch goal. Rob turning on the fan wheel.
Oh my god, that's a great idea. Yeah, you guys like it. So all we need to do now, right? All we need to do is we need to get a drill and drill screws into it, right? All the way around.
Oh, screws. Even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Metallic.
Yeah.
Pointy, metallic, sharp objects. It's basically a shield from Mad Max at this point. And it's got electronics and mechanics on it. What could go wrong?
I should seriously get some protective eyewear for when I turn this thing on. Yeah,
you should.
Yeah, so drill it all the way around, and then paint it. So probably black and red, maybe something a little bit.
You should also stick a fork in the cable, just so randomly it could explode. And we never know when that's going to happen.
Dude, I don't want to say friend. There was a kid at my high school who, for whatever reason, soldering irons when you're welding or like,
Of course.
he decided to solder through his own power cord while he was using it.
One of those smooth brain types. Are you sure? Are you sure this is a friend, Rob? You're not just recounting a memory.
Yeah. Dave's in the house. Rob is already screwing up the wheel.
Skip is also in the house.
Skip, good to see you, man. It's good to see people popping in here.
I think you can call it the what's that thing that we play? A Goon of Fortune as well.
Goon, attach sparklers to the wheel. Mo, we know you're a genius, but that's next level.
That's good. Yeah, so it's like shooting off sparks indoors. Yeah. Make sure you have a fire hydrant at hand.
We do have one. I don't know why we have one.
Not a hydrant, a
extinguisher.
Yeah. A distinguisher. Extinguisher.
Yeah.
It's a very distinguished fire.
Eric Grant says the protective eyewear can match the protective helmet you wear whenever you go down your front steps. I don't have front steps, Eric.
But he has the helmet.
Yeah, I have the helmet. Yeah, like this is kind of what we mean though. Like, this is fun, right? A spinning wheel that could potentially destroy my whole house and life. Yeah. That's entertainment.
Everyone likes seeing if the train is going to derail.
Oh yeah, it'd be really cool. Those rocket fireworks that you Americans like. The ones you light and then they spin shit around.
Use that to power it, so you light
now
it.
It's walking. Yeah, and
then it flies off in your little study there and starts bouncing across the wall. Then there's a slow-mo of Rob getting shot in the face. Yeah,
that's great.
Or even better, Rob lights the firecracker. The thing starts spinning around, and this is what happened when we did the fireworks on the rollerblades. The smoke just starts building and building until it's just a haze of white with this like light spinning around and Rob spluttering. I can't breathe.
I think it's Roman candle, isn't it? We don't have fireworks here. Like, you have to buy them illegally.
We have to go up to Canberra to get them.
Yeah, Canberra's such a weird place. I'm not going to elaborate.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, you can't buy fireworks in Australia because they're illegal, but you can buy them legally in our nation's capital.
It is really weird. It's like because obviously, like, we're in Melbourne and Sydney is up there, and there was talk of which one should be the capital. So they're like, fuck it, let's just put it in the middle. And for whatever reason,
build
there's
a
hardly
new
any
city
laws.
in the middle of the desert. Yeah.
Great idea. Tell me, Bancroft, you would love for me to come on your show when you're doing the Lucent launch with this spinning wheel, just to see what happens. Is today going to be the day
that Rob loses an eye?
Yes.
Hey, Rob, I take everything back. If you are willing to do all the work of making all the things, I have no issue at all. Like, yes, let's do it. Real wheel. #real wheel.
Oh, Eric lives in Tasmania. I didn't know that. Cool. Yeah, so that's gonna be lots of fun. Dave, I'm making a spin. I had this idea to do a spinning wheel thing because I think they're fun, right? They're fun, and you can give away prizes and stuff like that using a spinning wheel. It's more interactive. Bancroft's like, that's a great idea, Rob. I'm gonna do it digitally. I'm like, no, that sucks. Let's do it for reals.
Why? Say why.
Why what? Why it sucks?
I want to do it digitally.
Because you're lazy.
Because it's a lot of work. It's an obscene amount of work.
What? I didn't do any of this. My father-in-law did this.
I know, but doing the prizes, swapping them out every single time.
But it's like Camel Knight's show. Sometimes you have to put in work to have fun.
I'm already putting in work. It's not like I'm sitting on my ass all day.
What are you going to make the wedges from? They'll just be painted. So the way I've seen
Oh, he's going to paint them.
Yeah, the way I've seen a guy do it is you just get a string and then you just put it all the way across, right? And then you spray it. It's pretty easy. I'll make it work. Maybe I can do a video for you guys. I don't know. Camel says after CG
This
talk,
will
this
be your Liam building the shed.
Yes.
You can make a video series and like JDA and Ethan can laugh at you on there, like they can EFAP it. And this is a good idea. This is like good marketing.
Yeah. What else could we put on it to like really kick it up a level? You guys in chat, let us know.
Nitrous oxide.
I mean, maybe. If you got some lying around, we can give it a crack.
You know what actually would be good is if some of the things are like things you have to do, like pranks.
That's a really good idea. That's really good.
Everyone is like, oh, Rob has to, I don't know. Traditionally on it, they're like, you get a pie in the face, like something equivalent to that.
I was thinking, Mike, and I have lots of ideas that float around in my head, despite what a lot of you say. It would be interesting if we did one of those, those shows that they always do on segments they always do on like late night Jimmy Fallon or James Corden or whatever it was, where you have a guest on and they either have to answer a question truthfully or eat something disgusting. We could do that. What do you think? So I could go, Mike.
I don't want to do either.
Who are your 5 mortal enemies? What are their names? Or eat this piece of disgusting food.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to do either.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Mo has it right here. The best part will be when Bancroft unveils his own wheel the day before Rob's giveaway. And it will be bigger and better than mine. No doubt. I have no doubt. Yeah, 1 chip challenge.
I'll pull it out. I'll pull it out of the mansion attic. I think we've got a couple up there.
One chip challenge, Bancroft.
What's a 1 chip challenge?
Well, assuming I know what it is, I'm right in what I assume it is. There is this chip that you can get that is like Carolina Reaper potato chip, like corn chip.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not for me. I'm not doing that.
You're full of fun. Rob, you've been gatekeeping my suggestions. Have I missed another one, Mo? Oh, here we go. If someone already won the prize you land on, you can pick from a list of quick challenges of Rob, or you get a free super chat comment that Rob has to read no matter what. No gamer words.
I just learned what a gamer word is.
What is a gamer word?
It's like words you can't say on social media, but gamers say. Naughty words. I found that out when I went onto Rumble. I turned YouTube off and everyone's like, start saying gamer words. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Looks like we've got a raid from Mail-In. Good to see everyone here that's popped in. Thank you very much. If you just tuned in, we're discussing the awesomeness that is the spinning wheel that I have created and will be using to give away prizes.
What colors are you going to color it?
Well, red and black, but is the default. But I mean, we can get crazy. We could do something really cool. We could
I was thinking you could go rainbow, but
we could go like full bisexual colors if that's what the chat wants. Nighthawk's wanting us to have a look at some campaign that we might have a look at later. Gary Shipman reached $9,000 on Teen Titan 3 Miasma. Yeah, we can have a look at that later if someone reminds me. All right, so Bancroft, did we cover this? Should creators make the...
I think we beat this horse into a pulp.
This is a question too. Boots and Heels is your dream campaign. Why did you wait until now to launch it? And Camel says basically, he wanted to get experience and get better at, doing comics and build a brand and that kind of thing. You didn't do that though. You just decided to launch the Lucent.
I ain't got no time to waste.
Yeah. Do you think that's what people should do? They should launch their dream campaign first, or they should wait? You think it's a case by case scenario?
Yeah, just depends. Depends on who you are. Camel was probably a good idea. I think definitely was a good idea. Because everyone knows Camel now. And people really got to see. Remember, for a long time, no one even knew Camel drew. They made art. And now that they see he can do lots of things. So, yeah, that's a good idea. Comic Mark did the same thing. I don't know. It's a bit like that question of the ash cans. Is it worth it? I don't have the answer to it. People should just do what feels right for them. That's my answer to everything.
Oh, there's only 5 minutes left. All right, we'll have a quick look at this. All right, Gary, what's it called? Titan 3.
It's Titan Mouse.
All right. All right, let me see if I can find it. Titan Mouse. Yeah, like I don't think if I hadn't done Replicator, I wouldn't be doing comics. You know, like that's
that's
it
it for me. Like I'm making a comic because I want to tell the Lucent story. I'm not, I want to make comics. What story do I want to do? I'm not one of those guys at all.
Yeah.
It's Lucent or bust. Yeah, this is Gary's a cool guy. I had him on. Veteran, and his mouse book. This is, I think, the third in the series that he's crowdfunding. And yeah, it looks great.
Cool. It's got 5 minutes left. If you haven't checked it out, have a quick look and consider backing it because it's going to close, I think. So, yeah, I think like if you had to give like a default statement on advice and on what to do in that scenario, I would say this, right? If you're only going to do comics to do your dream, hang on, let me try and figure this out in my brain before I say it out loud. A bit late, but let's try that. If you are going to do comics regardless, right? So if you're going to do comics regardless, I would not do your dream project first. I would wait. But if your dream project is the only thing you want to do, obviously you do that first.
It also depends on how old you are. I'm not getting any younger. I'm 42. I have tons of story I want to tell in the Lucent. So yeah, you know, I even see people doing warm-up sketches and stuff, and I'm like, that's another panel I could have drawn. You know, I'm not doing that. Let's just do it. Let's just get this thing done.
Crackhead says, is there no other story you plan on telling, Rob, or is it Replicator or bust for you too? See, that's the thing, Crackhead. It was Replicator only, but because I've been in it now, there are other stories that I do want to tell. But if I hadn't done Replicator first, there's no way I would be looking at other stories. It just wouldn't have happened. There was some guy on Twitter, Mike, and he was saying that it really pissed me off. He was saying that when you're writing a comic book, you really need to take note of the landscape and how it shifts and changes in today's world when you're writing a comic. And I'm just like, that's bullshit, dude. Write what you want to write, because if you're writing for other people, it's impossible. Like, how hard is that going to be to make a comic book that you're not 100% involved in?
Yeah, well, look, I find a lot of people, especially on rando Twitter, a lot of people are going to give you advice on how to, how you could be doing better, why what you're doing sucks. A lot of it I find is it's sort of like people who are very much ensconced in the kind of traditional way of selling comics landscape. And usually, yeah, I don't tend to agree with them. I've definitely run into that piece of advice a bunch, but no, I don't agree either.
It's like making comics is so challenging that not doing something that you're super passionate about is just not worth it.
Yeah, like some people, they just want to make a comic. They don't know, they don't have a story. They just, I want to make a comic. What do I want to make a comic about? Let me think. They sort of come at it from there. I guess if you're coming at it from that point of view, there might be a little bit of, it might be a little bit worthwhile taking a look around and seeing what's out there. But I can't really sympathize with that because I've never been in that situation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Rob, you should have Gary Shipman on your show.
Rob doesn't really do that.
No, I don't really do that. Like this is the only stream that I've got locked in on my channel. And to have
And I
guests
think
on
that's
would just ruin
good.
it.
I think that's good. I don't think everyone should be doing the interview format. First of all, I don't think it's always particularly popular. I think it does well for the creators, which is why I continue to do it. But I could probably, I reckon I could definitely get more people watching my show on the night if it was just me.
Oh yeah.
I've noticed that trend, and it's
Yeah.
undeniable. Like, if I've got a guest on, even a popular guest, I could be looking at 50 people watching. Depending on who it is, it might get up to 100, depending on who else is streaming. But if it's just me and I'm talking about their campaign, we could have 100, 150 in there or more. But then the problem is, like, well, does that actually sell books? And I don't know if that does. I think we've seen on Ethan's show that, like, people who turn up on the show tend to sell more books, and that's sort of the ultimate purpose of it, rather than me getting views.
And like, Mike, can you imagine if I did, like, me and a creator, right? And I got a terrible guest. Could you imagine how bad that stream would be?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, not all guests are equal, and when you get a guest, you kind of got to carry the show. You really have to turn on the whole personality and energy and everything, and that's not really Rob's. Can you guys hear that rain?
Yeah.
That's crazy. It started. The downpour has started. We're about to get flooded.
Yeah, they're saying there's going to be floods here. We'll see. Dave says, anyone who tells creators they need to update their comic stories and art for modern times doesn't have a vision of their own and doesn't care about yours. What you like as a kid, you like today.
Yeah, I always looked at it as, what I'm doing is, and I always say this, is I'm telling the story that I want to read, that I haven't read yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So this is exactly the story that I want to write. And it's, I'm not going to think, oh, what's really hot right now? Whatever. These kind of stories.
But there is money. There is money out there for just all sorts of niche ideas. Like, if you want to write furry porn comic, there is a market for that. If you're passionate about that, go for it. Not my thing, but there's a guy on Patreon that makes 10 grand a month drawing furry porn. So, I mean, there's a market there. If that's what you're into, that's cool. Each to their own. Crackhead says, from my perspective, some creators really want to make comics, and for some, it seems like more of a hobby. What do you think about that, Mike?
Absolutely, 100%. That spectrum exists. There's some people who are amateurs who want to go pro with it, and who are trying to get there. There's some pros who are being amateurish about it, and there are some pros who are being pro about it, and there's some amateurs who just want to stay amateur. And there's a whole range of different people and taking a different approach.
Little Dia says, you just don't invite them back. Ethan gets a weak guest every once in a while. It's like an audition, basically, when they come on your show. Yeah.
This is how I create enemies.
Yeah. He's up to 5.
Like this, how does the conversation go? I like your book, but you're kind of boring, so I don't want to get you back on. But good luck. This is how you create enemies.
And there's a massive difference, like from going on a show to running a show. Like it's probably like doubly as hard running an actual show. Do you agree with that or no?
Yeah. Like I've done the CG Jacks a few times now on my channel. It's a lot of work because I'm trying to I'm the driver.
Yeah,
And,
exactly. And
camels along for the ride. But when I've just gone on camels, it's the exact opposite. And I can kind of relax a little bit more. It is very
true. And if Camel's not speaking or whatever, or he's not engaging, you've got to do stuff to change that. You've got to ask the questions. You've got to keep chatting. It's like completely different. It's a lot harder too. Lethal Diva says, I talk about furry porn. Yeah, it just blows my mind that some dude can make 10 grand drawing it. It's crazy. This is how people start getting bitter towards you. I mean, you've done pretty well, Mike. You haven't had too many people flip out at you, to be fair.
Yeah, but I have had a lot of guests who aren't, great on the show.
Yeah.
So I haven't really put myself in that situation where I've given them any reason to get bitter with me. But if I was more like Ethan, who you can tell much more it's about what's the show going to be like, then I can imagine I would have a lot more people being bitter and upset.
It's night and day running a show compared to being a guest, says Crackett. Yeah, it's very true. You're not always engaged, Camel. It's just not true. Dave says, I would not dare to go on EVS's show even if he asked me. I just can't pretend I'm interesting or entertaining. That's rough.
There is definitely a sort of a expectation. I don't know if this is just self-imposed, but I feel like there's an expectation to really be present and entertaining when you go onto a show like Ethan's. There's a lot of people watching. There's sort of expectations in the crowd. Like Ethan, the last time I was on Ethan's, he was singing a song and he was like, "Take it away, Bankroll." I'm like, it was like 8:30 in the morning for him. Like, I'm not drunk enough for that to be singing in front of 1,100 people.
Yeah,
and it's not really my personality. So I was like, you feel like, did I drop the ball there as in being an entertaining personality? Maybe, but you might actually be better off not going on if you're just going to sort of sit there and be a drag.
And we've talked about this too. Like it's really hard going into like a group dynamic where they've got along so well for so long that they have this back and forth banter and you're just like the odd person out. It's very hard to work yourself into that and fit in.
I find it nearly impossible when I'm on the panel. If I'm doing it, like, so I've done a bunch of party streams and they're fine because I feel like I'm in the driving seat.
Yeah.
But I've been on those panels too. And I don't have that kind of big personality to just sort of take over, which is what you really need to do just to even get a word in edgewise. I much prefer streams with no more than, say, 4 people on it.
Did you guys ever create a Rumble account? Mike did. I think he's doing all right.
Yeah, I got 260 subs on Rumble.
Oh, God, you machine. I might have to do it too. D, you legend, is gifted 5 memberships. Appreciate that so much, man. KSSS, Crackhead, Gluminati, Timberwolf, Megatronic Audio. Thank you, guys. Thank you, D, and thank you, Jim Cox. Sign up to Boots and Heels. Camel's a pretty decent dude. He's launching on the 14th. He's trying to get
a fantastic Mario player, but
God, he's
good dude.
He's fucking shit at Mario. But I mean,
well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but
4 is the max for guests. I'll never do more. The only stream I would disagree with you on would be like a launch stream. because I think you can have as many people as you want on a launch stream because the energy's there. Would you agree, Mike, or disagree? Or
I mean, I used to, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm probably not gonna do a big party stream for 4,000 subs. I don't know. I might feel like it one day, but I think more like 5,000 subs is a bit more fitting of a big party stream. Because I used to do them quite a bit, and yeah, it gets a bit old. So I want to make it something special, and I do enjoy them. I enjoy hanging out with all the guys, and we're just, just doing nonsense. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's better. I don't know, because if you got a good chat, there's so much good energy.
yeah. So what are you thinking
just from
then
the
for
chat
yours?
alone?
What are you thinking then for yours? You seem like you've got a lot of ideas on how you want to do the Lucent 2 launch.
I do. And I have a lot of ideas on streaming. And I don't know if this is controversial, but like, I think solo streams or duo streams are the future. Are how we are gonna get bigger. We just saw, I don't know how many people Replicator had on his stream where he had 29,000 watching on Rumble, but I watch Salty probably every week now. And yeah, he gets 30,000 on Rumble alone, plus the 9,000 on YouTube, plus however many. I don't check the other things, but he gets probably a lot. And I find that I just enjoy them more.
I just enjoy
them. I enjoy watching Ethan when he's by himself. And I don't want to put anyone down, but as soon as he brings someone on, I go, because usually that means he's going to start bringing others on. I like the personality of the streamer that I'm watching. I love Shant by himself. That's why a lot of times where I don't go on to Shant, because I don't want to ruin that, because he does actually change his format when he brings a guest on. Even if it's me, he'll like start talking about different things. Skip did a stream the other day. Mel and I watched it on TV, and it's not like Skip was doing like talking about crazy stuff. It was cool to watch a dude draw and talk to the chat. It's I like it more. I think heading that way. And Anton says when Shant gets to talking, he can be quite inspiring. Yeah, he's very motivational. Shant is CG's motivational speaker. Like if you need a boost in energy, if you need a boost in a motivation, go listen to a Shant stream for a couple of hours, and it's like a shot in the arm.
Speaking of him, I'll bring this up while we're here. Did I say go sign up for Brits and Heels? I did, didn't I? He's on 446. He's trying to get to 450 signups. That'd be really sweet if we could get him there. Shant just hit 500 backers, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, and 31,000. So Eric is lettering the book now.
I'm very interested to see what style they're going to do. I hope it's... Here's my hope. I hope that it'll be rough edges with no black outline. I don't want to see the traditional American black and white thing. I think it just needs to be a white balloon and a tail, but maybe in a sort of rough-hewn edges. That's what I'm hoping for anyway.
I want to come back to this Lethal Diva. So Mike, don't let me forget. With this book, mate, right? To me, like, this looks amazing. This looks like something we haven't seen before in CG for certain. Is it underrated? Do you think it's doing really well? Don't get me wrong.
No,
don't get me wrong.
Underrated.
Do you think that's where it should be though? Like,
I think it's incredibly celebrated.
Like, look how beautiful this thing is, man.
Yeah, but who said it today? Who were we listening to? Oh, I was listening to someone and they articulated something that we often talk about, but he just said it really well. Selling comics. This is annoying me that I can't remember who said it. Selling comics is like you're selling a frivolous, unnecessary thing. Yeah. So you're selling. It was a guy on a JDA stream. That was it. That was going to annoy me. Yeah. So you are selling something that people don't need. So you're asking them to put aside money for things that they do need for something that they don't need. It's always been a tough sell. It's a hobby. It's a thing. It's like Shant is, I think, exactly where he is, and he's actually doing fantastically. You can't judge. You can't look at the art of a book and say that deserves to be higher than this one just based purely on the art. There's too much other stuff that goes into it. And that other stuff can be, well, this person, he may not be as good he may not have as impressive art, but he's spent 10 years building, like, I don't know, let's look at Shadowversity, talking about swords and, you know, building that audience. And now he gets to reap the rewards of that. Or this person's, you know, was able to tap into a specific market that he knew was there and, you know, was able to sell directly to them. We looked at Reni's book. So Reni, this second campaign, she hasn't sold double the number of copies to fans. She's actually sold to a similar number. I mean, obviously, it's like
I literally told you this
a lot
today.
quicker. Yeah. That's what I said. We were talking about it earlier.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm not claiming it, Rob.
I'm
saying we were talking about this. Yeah.
I'm so wary now of you stealing all my ideas. I just have to make sure.
No. She's convinced her backers to spend more. Yeah. So this is Shant's first time out. Second time out, they've already received a book. Now they're like, wow, I mean, I thought this would be good, but you should see this thing in real life. And now that next time he's out, I'm getting the reprint, I'm getting the art books, I'm getting all this stuff. I'm really going to support him. And he's going to do that quicker than he did this time around. And just like Reni's done. And that's it builds. You can't, I don't think they're coming from nowhere. I don't think you can just like come out of the gate and just crush it. I think there has to be other factors in play.
I guess the reason why I ask with this one is because the art is really high level, but it's also really unique. Like it's not like any other comic book you see on the daily, right?
Yeah,
like,
but that can also be as much of a turnoff as it can be a positive. Like a lot of people have no interest in this sort of thing. They're like, I like traditional DC house style, Batman style books. That's a lot of people. Yeah, no, I'm not making excuses, Jay Wright. I'm saying he's exactly where I think the fact that he is here is amazing. I don't look at it and say, well, I mean, his art is so much more impressive than this person who has, I don't know, 150,000. Why is that? You know, I just don't look at things like that. There's too many other factors that go into selling these things.
Let's get to this one. What if you launched Lucent 2 on John's post Kang's or even Ethan's if he'd do it? John would probably do it for sure. What do you think, mate? What do you think about that?
I don't think John launches books, does he?
He launches Mark's books sometimes. Not everyone's into.
Yeah, I don't know. Like launching on Ethan's would be great. That's like the biggest, you know, platform available, and we've seen what that can do. You're selling in front of Ethan's fans, it's a huge opportunity. He's sort of built that up over many years. I don't know. I don't really think. I just don't really think of John as like a big promoter and launcher and stuff like that compared to Ethan. But I think if I if I don't have access to bigger shows when I launch Painted Death, we'll do just fine.
Yeah, I think
launching
you'll
it
do
on my
great on
channel,
your
it'll still be
show.
a big show. I mean, we launched Reaper Destroyer, $20,000 in an hour. I mean,
Yeah,
hello, like that's incredible.
yeah.
As long as I put in the work in the month leading up to build the hype, it should do just fine regardless of where I launch. Yeah, it's nice when you get on Ethan's show, you have an opportunity to be in front of his crowd when he gets them all stirred up, as he can only do. But yeah, if it doesn't happen, I'll be just fine. I mean, that's why I've been spending 3 years building up this channel of my own.
Yeah.
So that I'm
these
not
videos
reliant on other people. If I need to launch myself, I can, and it'll should do just perfectly well.
Crackhead says nothing beats launching on your own channel if you have the audience. Launching on EVS is great, yes, but building your own is more sustainable too. Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, your audience will always be there as long as you're there. So it's very true. Okay, have you guys ever heard of this? Godslap.
Yes.
You've heard of Godslap?
Yes.
I haven't heard anyone talk about it, but this guy has 11 million subs on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And he streams daily. His launch video had like 900,000 views for this book, but I have not heard anyone really talk about it. Like nowhere near in the same scale of them talking about Ripper.
Well, is it all hidden?
Yeah. Well,
we don't know the numbers.
No, I don't think that he has the numbers anywhere.
Yeah, see, that's where Eric July really tapped into the zeitgeist. He understood that even if he's not doing crowdfunding, if he's just taking pre-orders like this guy is doing, having that transparency and that gamification and that became its own self driving machine, because he has all the doubters who constantly go after him. That's just like daily fodder that he can monetize anytime he wants. Eric July can pick up the phone, find someone complaining about some BS, pulling apart his numbers or whatever, retweet, instant, promotion, instant marketing. So yeah, he really nailed it with that. So this guy to kind of go the more traditional route where we don't really know what the sales are. That's probably what I mean. Maybe I'm sure he's doing great. If he got 900,000 views on his first book and he's got 11 million subscribers, he might be doing better than Eric July. I don't know, but he has 11 million KSS, not
11 and a half to be accurate.
I'm sure he's doing fantastically, but that's why no one's talking about it, because no one knows. Like no one has anything really to talk about, other than unless you know this guy and you know the story and you're interested in it. What's there to say? We don't know if it's a massive success.
Do you know who the artist is on this book?
Can't remember. Looks pretty
the
good,
same
though.
artist that's on Prospectus.
Yeah.
Ricardo Jamie.
Ricardo Jaime. The guy that did the cover for Bloodbone.
The sales are gigantic. I guess he gets millions of views every single day.
Yeah. You would assume.
Hal said, didn't know he even had a book, and I'm a sub of his. Yeah, man. That's why I was like, I just came across him like, this is crazy. Like,
well, a lot of these really big channels, sometimes that you don't see their content.
Yeah.
So That can happen.
All right, Bancroft. It is. I think it's time that we get into. He had like a video where he talked about it. You can find it. It had like 900,000 views, maybe 850 or something. But yeah, the God Slap posters are behind him when he streams. That's how I found out. I'm like, what's behind him?
I found out about it when people were talking about, oh, is God Slap going to be the next big thing? And then, yeah, exactly right. I didn't hear anyone talk about it after that.
Christopher John says, Michael Bancroft, hello there. I don't know why you aren't considered a Comicsgate king. I can think of one backwards Beetle that you could replace.
Backwards Beetle.
He's not a king because he's...
vote. Thank you for the vote of confidence, but I haven't worked in the mainstream.
Yeah, he's not a mainstream guy.
The purpose of Comicsgate Kings is to be a refuge for cancelled professionals, kind of asylum seekers from the industry.
Okay, Mike, it's time to talk about the topic.
It's time for you to ruin your reputation. Let's do it.
It is, yeah.
Okay. Sense into you.
All right. So, how am I going to say this, right? People stream over other people, which is fine. YouTube is, it's their audience. If they stream and someone else streams at the same time, it's up to the audience to choose who they watch. Yeah, that's agreed. That's what, you say all the time, that kind of stuff.
That kind of stuff. Yeah, like freedom. Yeah, I say that stuff.
Okay, so the only caveat I would say to that, right, is what happens when it's at someone's launch for their comic book? What is the etiquette there? Because to me, I mean, you shouldn't stream over someone's launch. I don't care who it is. What do you think?
You don't care who? Like someone who like no one's ever heard of is launching a book and they got 4 people watching.
Okay, maybe not
should
that.
Like go through and hunt YouTube to find some obscure guy who's like, oh, I've got my book. It's called I don't know, Gay Sombrero, the book.
Okay, how about Comic Skaters? How about anyone from Comicsgate? With that, what do you think? What do you think?
I think Comicsgate works best as a network of competitive creatives, and works, and I can see it less as a collective of shared interests. Yeah, so it's annoying when the person, like, it's annoying anytime you are about to start a stream and someone who's much bigger than you starts a stream and you share a lot of subs with them.
Yeah,
because my stream's going to take a massive hit. But this is why that's why I asked you that question. It's like argumentum ad absurdum. Like, where do you stop? Where do you draw the line? Yeah, who do you let into that circle that you say is Comicsgate? There's Comicsgaters who have got books out now that you have never heard of, and you're in Comicsgate every day, and you do a show and everything, and there's probably a lot that you've never even seen their books before. Yeah, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, how do we do it? And for me personally, I just sort of look at it as a kind of like a friendly courtesy to people that I know well. So, for instance, Jeremy, I wouldn't do my late night with Comicsgate over the top of CG Talk. And that's just like a friendly courtesy between friends. But I would never expect anyone else to participate in my courtesy to a personal friend in any other way. So I think it's like, I want to say it's unfortunate for the person who's getting streamed over by a bigger channel, but I don't necessarily see it as like a dog act. At the end of the day, we are a decentralized group of individual creators. Now we all kind of network together, but we're also in competition with each other. And I think anytime that we start to like think of us as a collective in that sense, that's not the direction that I really want to go. That's all I'll say.
I might be roboting because my internet's got 1 bar because of the rain.
You're a little blurry, but you're not roboting.
Okay, cool. What do you guys in chat think though? Like, do you care? Do you pay attention as a backup? Like, let's say Mike is going to launch next year, for example, right? Right? He's told everyone should know because he's been promoting it for a month solid, right? Everyone knows he's launching on February 22nd, for example. And then someone goes and streams over his launch. Do you guys notice that? Do you think that's okay? Do you think that's a shit act to do? I mean,
and again, so I went small, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're talking about bigger people streaming over smaller people, but what about we go big?
Mm-hmm.
What about Tug? What about Yellow Flash? What about Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers? What about Salty Cracker, who gets 20,000 people watching? What about Tim Pool during the election, who gets 80,000 people watching? You know what I'm saying? Like, where does this collective begin and where does it end? I would much rather not even consider it and like view it as a collective, and more view it as a marketplace of competitors who, you know, we help each other out, but it's very much quid pro quo. It's very much a rising tide lifts all boats. Now I understand at the same time what I'm saying makes it incredibly difficult for people who are starting out to build their own shows and build up their own audiences. Because, and that's just like that's got a lot of that has to do with luck and timing, because the reason those guys have a bigger show a lot of the time is because they got there first. You know, they got in on this train early. They've been doing it a long time now, and that's why they have the bigger channels. So you coming along, even you might be a better streamer, I don't know, but you came 5 years later. So now it's going to be tough for you. I'm not saying that's fair. I'm just saying it is what it is. But that's not like, this is, where does it start? Where does it stop? Who do you consider? Who do you not consider? I have my own personal, like friendship sort of no-nos that I'm not going to stream over Camel. I'm not going to stream over Jeremy. Well, you never stream, so but you know, but if good friends like Shant will stream over anyone. He doesn't care. And I've kind of jokingly said, "Oh, you bastard trying to stream over me." And he said, "Here's how I see it. When I'm streaming, and that's it." So
you're talking about streaming though, right? That's okay. I don't love it when people stream over each other. I prefer that they didn't, but it's going to happen. It's natural. There's too many people streaming. I'm talking specifically about when people have a launch and other people stream over it. I get what you're saying, dude. Is it disrespectful though to the other person, or is it just like it's tough? It's life, man. You're just gonna have to deal with it. I have to turn my camera off, guys.
I don't think respect comes into it. I don't think it's a matter of disrespect or respect. I think it's just, you know, business is business. I don't know if Universal and Warner Brothers, when they're launching a big movie, get together, like the heads of the studios get together and say, I'm going to launch this weekend, you launch that weekend. I don't know. I don't think that happens. So I don't know necessarily if like that's what we all have to do. I mean, it's in your best interest to sort of try and pick a day when another massive campaign isn't launching. But I don't think you can start kind of making demands of others to like bend to your business, who's a competitor, who has no no connection to your sort of business outside of, well, we kind of hang out together in the same places on the internet. We both comic skate or something like that. This is the way I see it.
All right, let's see what the chat says, because people are having opinions, which is great. Crackhead says, for the most part, in our little corner anyway, we do a pretty decent job of not streaming over each other. We all kind of picked a day and we kept to it. It's possible, just requires communication. Yep. The chat will decide, says Sean Ferrer. Camel says, no one wants to open a restaurant when the restaurant across the street has 5 times the patron offers half off on dinner. Ravener says, anyone can do it and they look like pricks, but they don't care. Chris says, Replicator, you have to seize the day. No one can fault you for that. Yep. Scrolling down. Let's have a look. Skip says, Bancroft is making too much sense tonight. I need to quit drinking. I don't know, man. I'm just thinking, like, we're all here to try and make money, to make more comics, right? And we want everyone to do that the best way they possibly can and have the most success that they can. And streaming over someone's launch is not going to do that.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know, I continue to hear in the words that you choose, that your view on this, where you're viewing this from is significantly more collective than where I'm viewing it from.
You're seeing it a lot more as individuals that happen to be in the same area.
Yeah.
And
we
I'm
network
seeing it more
together I will proudly and genuinely celebrate the success of Comicsgate as a whole. But when I think of it, and when I, the way I view it is, it's decentralized. It's individuals out for themselves, trying to build audiences for themselves, to sell books to readers. I don't necessarily look at it as in, Shane got 300,000 on his campaign. That means I'm winning. I'm incredibly happy for Shane. I want that to happen. I want him to win. I do feel a sense of pride in that Comicsgate helped make that happen, but that's Shane's win. And he deserves that, and he gets that. I'm hoping to go for my win later. So I just don't really, in terms of this sort of stuff, I don't really think of it in terms of we in the same way that I'm hearing that you think of it. And that's just like, I'm just like seeing, I think I'm coming at it, looking at it from a different thing. I feel it. I stream all the time. So like, I definitely feel it. Like when a bigger guy starts a stream, it's like, oh, I'm going to get fewer viewers today. But at the same time, there are other guys who I'm certain think, oh, Bancroft started up a stream. Now I'm going to lose half my viewers. I look at guys like John and Ethan and Shane and other guys and think, oh, they're big time streamers. Anytime they start up, I'm going to lose some viewers. But at the same time, every time I start up, other guys lose viewers. So yeah, it's like, I wouldn't want to start looking at things in a way that would put a rod in my own back for later. Because yeah, I think I definitely have that mentality of that's where I want to be. That's where I want to head. Which is why I don't get into this whole like, oh, you're a small guy, you're a smaller creator or anything. There's that, what's that quote that says Americans never bought into communism because they always view themselves as temporarily embarrassed millionaires. That's how I see it.
Okay.
How do I insult Mo? I'll put a rod in my back for later.
Rob, move
That's
on.
a phrase, isn't it? You're making a rod for your own back.
Antoine says, I'm not keen on this idea of being mindful of other streams. First, everyone doesn't watch the same show. Second, the audience only expands if people try different things. Yeah, again, I'm not saying streams. I'm saying launches, right? Because to me, like, I guess it's personal for me that I wouldn't do it. Like, I just don't think it's the right thing to do. I guess
Okay.
I'm
well, again,
up.
okay. I've been kind of ignoring the whole launch thing then. In the September to Remember, Ethan was launching loads of streams.
Mm-hmm.
And his streams were 7 hours long. So does that mean it's disrespectful of me to put on my nightly scheduled show because there's a stream every day because someone's launching every day? So now I have to, sorry, audience that I've been cultivating and streaming to for close to 3 years. Can't do it tonight. It would be disrespectful to, I don't know, Aaron or Rini or Narwhal or whoever was launching on Ethan's show, a bigger show than mine, you know?
I love how you guys think I always have specific examples of where these ideas come from. They don't. I don't. They just float around in my fucking head. No, that's a good
trying
point.
to make asking questions about what's happening in crowdfunding and Comicsgate interesting because we're like years into this now.
I know, right?
And
like what have
got to try and somehow make it fresh.
What have we not talked about? Seriously. Yeah. Mo says, I think it makes sense if you know both channels largely share the same viewers. Like it would be dumb for Rob to stream against. Yeah, I know. I get smashed if I try to stream against Mike. Mason says, who cares about streaming over people? There's too many times where I'm wishing anyone would stream and no one's. Anyway, yeah, again.
Isn't that the truth? It's either rains or it's either a flood or a drought.
It is, yeah.
100% CG streams.
Bootleg says, your launch is the most important thing to you, but to anyone else, it's just a Tuesday. Not everyone is paying attention. That's true. Scrolling down. Anton says, some film studios coordinate releases depending on the content. If the content has a large overlapping audience, then the studios talk. That was about a point that you said ages ago. I can't remember what it was.
I was thinking of like Deep Impact and Armageddon.
Aviator Surge says, I mentioned this in the past as an issue and was basically told everyone for themselves. Can I throw the question at you a different way, Bancroft, and see if it has any different effect? If we all start streaming over each other's launches, won't that detrimentally affect everybody?
I don't think it's a sensical question because I would need to know who we is, and it's not even feasible because only a small percentage of streams are launches. It really matters. It really matters who's doing the launch, who's streaming over the launch, what launch it is, what book it is. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't see how I can answer that.
No. Sorry, bro. Business is ruthless. Not everyone pays attention to launch dates.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not talking about streams. Launches, all right? Launches. Keep coming back to streams. I'm just talking about launches. I
Well,
don't
at the
watch
same
Rob for any
time,
sort
at the
of
same
sense.
time, at the same time, I want to get a bit Jim Cox on us here and
Yeah.
say it's not the be all and end all. I think it's incredibly important. I wouldn't go so far as like Jim says, it doesn't even matter. I think it is important, especially if you can create a really good atmosphere where everyone's having fun. Maybe people are drinking, people are laughing. I said this to Camel. I said, nothing opens a wallet better than laughter. I mean, people, they feel part of it. Yeah, they want to help, they want to back, they like the look of it. But I think if you look at the case of, well, we're looking at it right now, Rini, there was just a lot of buzz surrounding this campaign. A lot of buzz. So I don't think it's possible for us to look at the fact that, oh, well, Rini launched on Ethan's. I'm sure that helped a great deal. But the point I want to make is not everyone who launches on Ethan's gets to 120,000 in, a month or whatever. It's not apples and apples. So there's a lot of other factors that go into this. And I definitely don't think it's worth kind of restructuring our whole philosophy of how we do business over. Do we all join together and form a committee to make sure that none of us stream over each other's launches? I definitely don't think it's worth anything like that. And there's just not there's no system in place where we could even facilitate this thing with people not launching over each other's streams, because it's not like we're all in each other's business all the time. A lot of people, in fact, most people don't stream at regular times. At least the bigger ones that I know of. They just go live when they go live. I mean, if you talk about Ethan goes live when he goes live, and that's it. Unless it's the Kings, and even the Kings, he might go early, he might go late.
He might go late. Yeah,
there's no set duration. You could go, Kings could go for 2 hours or 8 hours. You don't know until it happens. So, and he doesn't tell anyone what his plans are for the day. So it's just, this is the pond we're swimming in. And there's no way that we could even figure this out if we wanted to, which I don't think we should.
Yeah, that's interesting. It was cool hearing everyone's thoughts on it. Jack says, I don't watch any streams based on whether or not they are launches. I watch based on entertainment value. Antoine says something around the lines, I wish people would stream over Rob. Thanks, man. It's good to see you back. Mate, I cop it somewhat.
Be thankful.
What's that?
Be thankful.
Yes. Yes, I'm so thankful. I was thinking about this too, and this is like consistency. This is one thing that you excel at, right? But I wonder if some level of inconsistency would be also useful, Mike. So here's an example for you, right? Kelsey Shannon goes AWOL all the time for months. And when he comes back, people are super excited to see him and, really happy that he's there. Do you think that can apply to other people as well? Like, do you think if you just took a 3-month break and came back, you would come back as strong, or if maybe even stronger because people are excited to see you back? Or do you think losing that consistency will kill you?
I don't need to guess. I was sick for 2 or 3 weeks. Not too long ago, and it crushed my views. And it took a while to get the train rolling again. Even just not too long ago, I lost my internet, and I was still able to stream, but I wasn't really able to do much else. That was and we were on the brink because you have to pay for friggin' data when you're going off the mobile. Jason Black, savage. Yeah, no, I don't think it would. I don't think it would work for me. I don't think it particularly helps Kelsey.
No?
Like, no, Kelsey could have a channel with 100,000 subs on it, easy. If he did consistent, high quality videos, he's like probably I would put Kelsey in top 3, maybe top 5. I don't know. Like YouTube personalities that we have.
Oh, who are the top 5?
Ethan, John, Shane, Kelsey. How many is that? 4?
Mm-hmm.
And myself, Camel.
Camel didn't make the top 5. You put yourself in there at 5th place. Camel didn't make
Well,
it.
I wanted to
Sorry.
be a little bit. I wanted to have a little bit of hubris.
I am shocked that you actually did a top 5. I'm like, there is no way he's going to answer this.
What? I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Oh.
But no, I think Kelsey is like, he's so entertaining. He's so genuine. He's a total master in terms of art. But yeah, with YouTube is so inconsistent. Actually, and his videos, like he understands storytelling in videos and how to do all the editing and everything in a way that very few people do. But yeah, you know, he disappears for 3 months.
Awesome One says, amen. Bancroft is 5 and Camel is 6 and Rob is 42. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. All right. Rob, off topic, we'll be doing a Rep 1 and 2 collected edition. You'll be able to get all 4 issues on the issue on the 4 campaign, Replicator 4 campaign, and I'll collect them after that, if that's what you're asking. All right, so we did like a little campaign review on this like a couple of weeks ago, Bancroft, and Rini actually went and changed a lot of stuff based on what we said. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah,
it is cool.
And actually, Ethan was actually pointing out he was using her campaign as an example, to show off like this is how you do it. And he said, you know, amazing image at the top, fiendish, it's super legible, it looks great. And I was like, yeah, that was us.
We did that.
Yeah, where's our cut, Rainey? Where's our percentage?
Right?
I want my commission.
Yeah, this is a great looking campaign. I really like it. The art's fantastic. But one thing that I noticed today was, and we were talking about this earlier, she's only got about 100 more backers than she did last time. Obviously, she's still got a long time to go, but she's made $120,000. The average order value of her last campaign was $39. This time it's $84. So, dude, she's figured it out. She's got the secret sauce happening there.
It's a monstrous advancement. Yeah. In terms of her like in terms of campaign 1 to campaign 2, because exactly, even though it's the same numbers now, we're talking, I don't know how long she had her book in demand. It's probably a while. The fact that she's got all that in 32 days is it's an incredible growth, huge growth. And that's what happens when you put out a book and people like it, then you're able to capitalize on that. She has a ton of extra stuff for sale. There's a lot of people out there willing to spend a lot of money on Rini. We know that. And she knows that, and she capitalizes on it. So good on her.
Mo says, Rob, do you see my career plan for you? Rob should draw one of his own books just so Malin or Zach will hire him to draw a book. Okay. I feel like I'm missing that one, Mo. I feel like that one's slipped by the keeper. What else was there, Bancroft? Was that it? Is that all we had to talk about? You want to talk about Lucent?
Christian's saying, you're missing the point. She worked with SJWs and they used her to get back at them. Oh, right. Yeah. No, yes, yeah. That's a. I don't think that's like that's a contributing factor to her success, but I don't think it's. I don't think that's like a major factor. I think it definitely helped her. He's talking about the fact that, she has that history with Heather Antos, and it's in Comicsgate's best interests that she does really well here. So someone like Ethan is, of course, going to want to see her get 100,000, because it's like thumbing your nose at the mainstream for, look, you let this girl go, now she's here and she's making more than you ever could. I don't know if it's like a massive. Christian thinks it's a big deal. It may be. I could be completely wrong on that. But like, here's the thing. Even Ethan can want a campaign to make 100,000. It's not going to happen if the fans don't like it, and if Rini hasn't made the buzz, and all that sort of stuff. There's been plenty of campaigns that he's really tried to drag up a hill, and it's just hasn't happened. So I think it definitely has worked in her favor big time. The fact that she was sort of Twitter cancelled and very publicly got attacked by Heather and Mark Brooks and a bunch of others. I just I don't know. You might be right. I might be right. I don't know. I don't think there's any way for us to know. So,
CG Vacation is shipping, I'm pretty sure.
It will be. They've got the books.
They got the books.
The towels are already shipping if you bought just a towel. But yeah, they got the books, and the books look so good.
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's talk about Mixum. Like, the Diaz brothers swear by Mixum, and every book that they've done through Mixum has been schmick.
Until it's not, though.
Well, look, I don't want to, I don't want to jinx them. They have a good deal. They have a good thing going to Mixum, and their prints, their books come out amazing. So I hope that continues. Very impressive, the print quality that I've seen from the photos, and it's also just impressive that they're able to pull this off.
That's a really impressive thing. Like, how many artists are on this, dude? Like, coordinating that many artists to get this done is very impressive. You got top billing too. Look, you got like a full page here.
I kind of said to him, "Hey Phil, you should put that up on the page." And I think I said it live. He might, like, I might have put him in a position. I don't know if he wanted to do that, but I don't know. But I'm happy that he did.
I love this piece here. This is great, man. I love the colors on white. Like, her skin colors look great. What do you think? You like this colorist?
Yeah. Like, it's not really my style, but it looks great here, and it works for the thing, and it printed out great. So,
Pete Callan for 2. Just got my tracking number for Inglorious Rex. Sick, man. Oh, how long is that going to take for us to get our copies, Mike? Do you reckon, like, postage here? It's going to take forever.
I don't remember waiting too long for Starlight Cats.
Antoine says, "I wish Bancroft made Elle's butt cheeks glisten a little more." Yeah, he's dropped the ball, hasn't he?
A little bit more highlights on the cheeks.
More shiny shine on there. Well, she should have water on it.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I know, but here's the thing: you're like, how far do I take it? How realistic do I go here? And how much water do you put on there? And I don't know. I wanted to keep it a bit simple. I like doing detailed backgrounds with simple, clean characters. That's sort of, I I found what I prefer. But
Camel says, I sent Mike his hail salad last week and it just left New York City yesterday. Yeah. Postage to here is shit house. We got 60 people in here. If you could hit like and subscribe, it'd be appreciated. Yeah, Mike and I talk about all random comics gate stuff every week. Mike tries to talk me off the ledge each week. He does a great job of it. So if you enjoy that kind of content,
you're naturally I don't know, are you naturally pessimistic, would you say?
I'm both.
Or you just
I'm both.
I think you get genuinely upset about things that I could just never. I have to really struggle to get upset about things,
I know.
and I'm just like, dude, just don't worry about it. You know, someone does something, just that's their thing. You do your thing.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess I've got like my own built-in moral code of how I think things should be done, and when people do stuff that I think is not great, it rubs me the wrong way. That's all.
It sounds incredibly frustrating and annoying way to go through life because,
Dude.
I mean, no one is ever going to do things the way you think they should be done. That's not how the world works. All you can do is control how you do things, or the people in your immediate circle kind of
I
do
like
things.
how you giving me this advice like it's going to actually change,
No, I'm just saying
40
it's like,
years of who I am. I appreciate that.
I'm saying I'm not trying to change you. I'm just saying it sounds exhausting.
No,
And
it's not really, dude. It really isn't. I just get angry and then I yell and then it goes away. I like to talk it out, I guess.
well, plus I think you and I clearly come from, and we don't ever discuss this. I think you and I come from sort of a different worldview and a different mindset on
Yeah, I mean,
how
you
things
had the
work.
mansion life upbringing. I had to slum it out on the train tracks.
You slept on the train tracks?
Yeah,
That's
we
where you
all did,
lived,
didn't we?
on the train tracks?
Yeah, we had
Sounds
to,
dangerous.
we had to dodge the 11 o'clock train if we wanted to get some nap time. But you know how it is. Prospectors. Yeah, we'll have a quick look at that. Yeah, why not? Prospectors.
What do you think of Camel's pitch?
For prospectors,
Yeah.
that's the worst one he's done.
Wasn't as good?
No, the great thing about Camel pitches is they're so bad that they're good, but this one it didn't have that magic. What did you think of it?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I always enjoy them. You know me. Easy going.
Mo says Rob is capable of learning. Like way back when I first advised him that he could get monetized if he turned his channel into Bancroft's backup channel, and it worked. Great idea. Thanks, Mo. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, the art's really good. It's by Ricardo Jamie or Jaime. I don't know how you pronounce his surname. He's the artist that is doing Godslap. He's really good. He may have done something for me as well.
May have?
Dude, I don't know what's going on there. Rob Willis piece from back in the day. That probably is one of the very first ones that Rob did, I would say. Good piece.
Yeah, this goes way back. Manny Fowler has been in the chat since forever.
Yeah.
As far as back as I can remember.
Gets books done, man. Like, what's that? Like 6 books he's done?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's got more on the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good, man. Is Comics Mate still doing the embrace? Yeah, the sign up is going really well. Last I heard, they were over 300. So that's a really good effort. I'm sure they'll get more. Joe Rose says, how many Western titles do we have in CG now? Heaps now, huh? It's getting crazy.
Yeah. They're usually like fantasy Western. Aliens or monsters, zombies, ghosts, whatever. It's not there has been a couple of straight Westerns. giant gorillas. But yeah, more comic booky style.
I'm on 466 signups, Mike. How are yours going? Do you want to bring them up quickly? I'll bring mine up too.
Sure, let's do that.
Love that panel. It's beautiful. I don't care if no one else likes it. I like it. It looks sick.
Did anyone say no one else liked it?
No, I'm just getting it out there.
I'm saying pessimist. Glass is always half empty with Rob.
Yeah, but then on the flip side is I can be really happy for other people too. Yeah, so sign up if you haven't already. We'll be launching next year. Octopus Cowboy. Thanks, Anton, man. It's nice when you say nice things to me because I feel like it's very rare. You know, I'm sensitive. Oh, damn, that looks sexy, Bancroft.
4 figures. Jack Stafford brings up an interesting point. Weird spellings and made-up words make finding campaigns an issue. I wish someone would do a rant. Rob could probably do a rant. There's also the other issue of, say, a campaign like Replicator. If you type in Replicator, you're probably into Google, you're probably not going to find Rob's comic. I got that with a YouTuber that I started watching called Hypnotic. And it's like, you can't search Hypnotic on YouTube. You never find him until he becomes famous. You won't be able to find him. So there's sort of like, you don't want to go too strange and people don't really know what it means or how to spell it or whatever. But you also don't want to go too normal too, so that you can't find it easily. You have to know the exact wording on it. It's a bit of a weird space there. It's an interesting discussion. I think it's something that we don't talk about enough, is how much titles actually matter. And if you have a really wonky title, it can throw people. I think it can hurt the campaign. Definitely.
What can you think of some of the stronger ones, stronger sounding titles?
Death.
Yeah,
I like Painted Death.
Yeah, I like Painted Death.
I mean, here's Cyber Frog, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't type in Cyber Frog without finding Cyber Frog.
Yeah,
like that is, people don't talk about that as much. Whereas Graveyard Shift, now that would be harder to find because Graveyard Shift is a thing. I'm sure there's lots of movies called Graveyard Shift, bands, things like that. Like, and it's not easy to find a word that is just, you own it. You own that whole word.
Kind of like the embrace too. That could translate to a whole lot of different things.
Yeah. So that's why I think a lot of people do something a bit weird, but then it can be hard to remember how to spell it. Like, remember God King? I know he had the 0 with the slash through it, and the I in the King was a 1, and yeah, it can get a bit weird. I haven't really changed anything on the campaign. I mean, I've been drawing, so.
But I mean, like, if you get like, here's one piece of advice for creators: if you want to get people signing up, do a sick trailer like Mike did. Like, I don't think, Mike, that is the trailer you did is so complicated that no one else could do something similar or replicate it to some extent. But
yeah, it's just
how many sign-ups did that get you, man?
A lot. I mean, I don't
Hundreds.
know exactly how many, but I still get compliments on it.
Yeah,
it got over 3,000 views on YouTube. It's been played a bunch of times on different people's streams, and yeah, people really like it. And it was just a handful of images. All they do is, either flick in or out. There's nothing fancy on it. Oh, there was one thing fancy on it. If you see it at the start here,
you got some powerful music there, and you've got a voiceover as well. I mean,
well, hold on a sec. Let me share it.
You're not reinventing the wheel, is the point.
Let me share it. Painted Death trailer. It's around here somewhere.
Jack says everyone knows how to spell Cyberfrog. If he had titled it Cyberfrog, spelt weird, I honestly think it would have cost backers. Yeah, that's the
Oh
thing.
yeah,
Too.
absolutely.
Like Corey's book that he's working on is called Andromenoids, and I'm like, that is not an easy word to spell. I don't care how smart you guys think you all are. That is going to be a word that's going to trip up a lot of people.
I don't have an issue with it as much as you do. Yeah, so I've got, look at that. See, I've got like dust particles.
Go again.
And so you don't have to have much animation, but just a little bit of movement goes a long way. So that's just an overlay of dust particles over the top of a zooming image.
Mm-hmm.
You speak as though I have conquered death.
That's like, there was some
I live death.
Adobe
every day.
Animate to do that with like text effect. But it's not like super.
I am surrounded by it,
And I just need that talented whisper.
smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death,
Yeah, we don't have to play the whole thing.
yet you cannot
I like the
even
ending.
defy sleep.
It's
I
using
love how this guy
cinematic.
looks like he's
sleep
wasted,
is to death.
just drunk.
I've used like
It is a
employed
patent
cinematic
death.
trailer techniques.
Yeah, the music's on point, which is what Dave says. Yeah, it's great. That's a nice effect
And-
too.
Yeah. So
You know what
I guess it's
you know
like
what it
a
is?
slightly-
It makes it seem like the Lucent is high quality. It gives that
Yeah,
feel.
hopefully. Yeah. And it also sort of tells a bit of a story too.
Yeah. So this is my
yeah.
point here, right? Jaro says Andromenoids, that wasn't that hard, and then Mo has spelt it differently here. That's what I'm saying, guys. That's what I'm saying. Antoine says sometimes simpler is better. I hate seeing full pages scrolling horizontally or vertically across the screen. It's amateurish. Yeah, I can't stand when there's no voiceover and it's just words going.
What if there's music?
Yeah, I mean that's okay, but I think you need a voiceover, man. See, 3 different spellings of it now. Antoine says, "Look at you now. You would have a successful campaign. You cannot even have a successful stream, Rob." I think that is the
That's true.
perfect time to end the stream, Mike.
Just gonna cut it off like that.
Everyone was upset last week when we only went
I think
an
you owe
hour.
them an apology.
What, guys?
That chat lasted as long as YouTube allowed it to stay up.
Hmm.
Do you have anything to say to Mo and Antoine?
I think
Joe
Mo and
Walker,
Antoine have got
checkpoint.
their fair digs in. Mo says the perfect time to end the stream would have been 107 minutes ago. This is the best. This is the next best time to end it.
American Comics wants a rant.
I don't know if I've got any rants in me. I think they're.
You're all
Can we
ranted
see
out.
Rob's last 3 trailers? I can show you my best trailer, maybe.
Can we see your worst trailer? Can I show you my worst trailer?
Sure.
I haven't seen it in forever. Oh, it's going to be so embarrassing. I haven't seen it in forever. Hold on a sec.
Oh,
no.
video is unavailable. Why is it unavailable? That's not cool.
Yeah, this is the trailer that got me about, I don't know, 67 signups. I hope I still have it.
I hope I have
Maybe.
mine because it's not where it should be. No, mine's not there. Otherwise, it'll take ages to find.
Where the hell would it be?
I've got this little cool thing. Hang on. All right, here you go.
That's pretty cool. I dig that. Campaign page, trailer. Oh, it might be here. It's that. It's not that. It's not that. Live campaign trailer. The hell is that?
Oh, Mo says, say it grinds your gears that Camel has more sign-ups than you, then promote both campaigns. You know what really grinds my gears, Mike?
What?
That Camel has more sign-ups than me.
Does it really? Does it though?
No, it doesn't at all. But yes, it really does. So whatever you do, don't go ahead and sign up for Boots and Heels right here. Link is in the description. I'm sure a lovely person in chat will put it in as well. And that piece by Dan Lawless is absolute fire. It's going to be great to see this campaign. It's going to do really well. I hope he does really well. Did you see earlier, Mike, someone said Lucent 2 500K. What do you think about that? What do you think?
No, I don't really.
Yeah, you agree? Mike agrees with that, everyone. Good to hear. Poorly cropped, yeah, I agree. I actually got someone to change that, so I have it somewhere. Actually. Are you showing us something, or are we done?
I can't find it. This is really annoying. It might, you know, I might have it unlisted on my YouTube. Let me look at that. You just vamp a bit more. We'll be good.
When is Antoine launching his book? When is Joe Fulton launching his book? Where are these people? Why aren't we seeing their books?
Life can sometimes get in the way, you know.
Oh, KSSS says Paint to Death will make $128,673.
I hope you mean American dollars, because that would be friggin' awesome.
That would be awesome. Pete Cullen for 2 says Lucent 2 86K first day or bust. Can we write that? Can someone keep track of that for us? We need to know if that happens.
Jesus.
Antoine says he's got at least as soon as I have 75% done, that'd be sweet. I'm looking forward to it, man. The book looks great, so get on it. Even my compliments sound like insults, and I don't mean them.
They do. They sound very disingenuous.
I know, but they're not. I really like his stuff. I want to see his book. I'm trying.
I don't know where it is. That's
This is
real.
Great way to end the show, Mike. I mean, just really hitting that home run in the final minutes here.
You know where it might be? Hang on, we got 8 minutes to go, Rob. Just relax. Just relax. It might still be saved on my sign-up page to Paint to Death. Let me see if I can access that. Waking Dream.
Judge Fear is my favorite Phil. I thought he was sick, dude. Just the fact that he throws bear traps is fucking dope. I think that's sick. And I thought it was really fucking lame when he opened his mask and showed Judge Dredd, and then Judge Dredd punched him in the mask. I thought that was dumb. Awesome one says Replicator 4, $86 or yeah, man, that would be rough. That would be a tough day. Punched his head open. He opened it, didn't he? DWAG has some knowledge here. I think Lucent 2 will make somewhere in between $500,000 and $250,000.
I found it. I found it. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's awful. This is embarrassing. Why did I suggest to play this?
Is it worse than your how to make a t-shirt video?
Oh no, but it's like everything that, you know, idiots do. I shouldn't say idiots because there might be people in the chat who've done the same thing. It's the wrong way to do it. It's like, hi, I've got a comic. You should consider backing it, sort of trailer. It didn't get me many signups.
Timberwolf says, what was the biggest first-timer campaign lately? The first one that comes to mind is Reaper Destroyer. That was crazy, man.
Yeah, it was pretty huge. All right. I don't know what this has on it, but this is embarrassing. All right, here we go. Sharing Chrome tab. It's called The Lucent Waking Dream graphic novel pre-launch promo.
All right, I'll just grab this from Pete for 2. Again, thank you so much, man. Adjustment for inflation, Lucent to first day 3,714.
Now that's a goal I can strive for. I think I can hit that. All right, are you ready?
Yeah,
Look at the old colors too.
Can you make it
Yeah.
bigger?
Yeah, I can. I hope this isn't embarrassing. I'm sure it will be.
Hi, I'm Michael Bancroft, writer and artist of The Lucent. Going on 5 years now, I've been passionately working on my magnum opus.
What is that voice?
Fantasy graphic novel that blurs the line between dreams and reality. My first book in the series, Waking Dream,
I think I recorded it the first time and I played it to Mel and she was like, no.
Hi, my name's Michael Bancroft. This is The Lucent. Because
I was probably like this. I was probably like this. Hi, I'm Michael Bancroft. And or I was like, in a world like that. And she's like, stop doing that voice. So I like really was like, hi, I'm Michael Bancroft. Do you want to buy a comic book? I've been working passionately.
I don't even know what that voice is. It's amazing.
Oh, man. This is terrible. This is so bad.
introduces readers to the mysterious world of the Lucent, a place that on the surface looks not too dissimilar.
This is my Ethan's soy voice that he used to do. It's like,
Yes. Yeah, and you
Hi.
take that little drop
Yeah.
down in your voice. Ah, it's just not
Magnum
good.
opus. Oh no. All right. I am sweating. I am seriously embarrassed.
Mel's like, why
Similar
are
from
you
the world
showing
you know,
this?
but where nothing is quite as it seems. It's a place where powerful enemies hide in plain sight, fighting ancient battles for control of the future. Here we meet Ella Forsyth, a young woman
Oh,
who by
dude,
all
pause
accounts
it.
appears to be living a low-key life.
Look at her face.
It's 2 minutes long too.
Oh my god. She looks like she sniffed something really weird.
Crackheads.
And her eye is like spazzing out. It's great, Mike. It's fantastic.
Keep...
Keep-
Why do I do this? Mel says he does this shit to himself. I know. Oh. It's about showing progression. No one starts like anywhere good.
Oh my god.
I didn't want to say it, Jay. I didn't want to say it.
Jason says, what did I just sit on?
But in her dreams,
I
she's
was
hiding.
so proud of that panel, by the way. I thought that was the bee's knees. So
She looks like
But
she's
in her
just
dreams,
sneezed.
she's hiding a secret with the power to turn everything we know upside down. The Lucent is a story set as much in the ancient past as it is in the current day.
sounds intriguing.
I'm fascinated with the idea that our history is far
fascinated.
stranger than we've been led to believe, and that secret truths are hidden in our myths and legends.
Ah,
That
this is
awe and wonder of
painful.
what might have been is woven
Crackhead,
right
clip
into the
this so we
lore
can
of the
play it
Lucent.
on Twitter.
No,
As a
no.
writer, I believe in writing the stories you most want to read yourself. And
I
as an
still say
artist,
that.
I do my best to breathe life into that story with the most atmosphere and emotion
I
my hand.
sound like I'm asleep.
It's not. You would sound much better if you're asleep than this. This is something else. My name is
I
Michael.
sound like I'm on
Bancroft.
Xanax. All right,
I
continue.
love it.
My hands can create. That's why comics are the
It
perfect.
reminds me a little bit of Clayton, actually, back in the day.
Camel says, I can't believe I'm friends with this guy.
Why did this only get me 60 signups? I don't understand. It's clearly this is the hotness right here.
perfect
Kasa
medium
says
to breathe
you
life
sound
into new stories
homosexual.
in ways we've never seen before. The only limit is our own imagination. Sign up now to be notified by email when this campaign goes live, and you'll
Oh,
receive an
dude, that is
exclusive
so
postcard if you go
cringe.
on to back the book.
Sign up
For
now
regular
to be
updates, follow
notified
me
when
on
the
Twitter
campaign
at the
goes
Lucent Comic.
live.
Together, we can create something that's truly memorable. See you at launch.
Oof, that's rough. Pete Callan again for 2. Were you channeling your inner Liam?
No, Liam has way much more energy than that. Liam's like, "Hi, I'm the creator and doing a conquest," and that was like, do you want a book? I've got a book. I think we can make something beautiful together. Really fascinating and exploring the cerebral.
It was so soft though. It was really ASMR. You had that nailed down. All right, we're at 2 hours. I only thought we would do a short show tonight because of daylight saving and all that kind of stuff. But we did 2 hours, so here we are. Mike, thanks for talking me off the ledge. Zane says, "I think I'm gay now." You sound like a serial killer. Remember old EVS videos? Yeah. Liam was selling cars. Bancroft was selling suicide pills. Beautiful. All right, guys.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We know this is a crazy hour, so we appreciate it. We had like 60 people in here for the majority, which is great. Sign up to Boots on Heels. It launches the 14th. Lucent to
Sign up to Painted Death. It's going to be fascinating, and you're really going to like it. It's my magnum opus.
What was worse, when I did the Bancroft's voice the other week that was cringe, or what Mike's doing now? I don't know. Both terrible.
That was painful. That's like showing the skeletons in your closet.
Okay, Clayton. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. Have a good one, and we'll catch you next time. See you later. No outro, just ending it.